F9. F9 is a bad choice. I am so wired to use F9. But with this recording I shouldn't be doing it. Let's save this recording. It does something weird there. I don't even know what it does. It just started another recording, believe it or not. Right? So this one is saving, and this just started another recording. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this works. Alright, so no F9, right click, breakpoint, insert. Okay. Build, make sure everything is built, and debug, start debugging. So it runs, and then when it stops, let's find out what is happening here. For this, we need to say step into, make sure that we see what's happening. Step into this call. And it calls this operator right here. Oh, because it's already defined. It calls this operator. Or I see. I was thinking that I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that it's calls a version for the string, but it calls this. It calls this and it returns false. So I need to implement this. How about that? Well, I'll do copy and paste again. Debug, stop debugging. So I know exactly what to expect. So substring is compared to the C string, and the C string is passed to. Well, let me also show this side by side, right? So when we say something like this, the compiler chooses to call this substring, and the C string, which is passed, C string is passed as a pointer to a constant character, and that's exactly what character H is, right? H is return this expression returns back a pointer to a constant character, and we even know what that character is. It's character H. Okay, so now we're going to be comparing those. All right. So I will grab this, just this implementation, and hoping that I can do the right thing with it. Okay, so this is the one that I want to reproduce. So I have a substring, so again I can use, first of all, the short version should be very quick. It's like, 5 seconds of work, I guess. A little more than 5 seconds, but close, right? So what I'm supposed to do is just take the C string and produce the string out of the substring, and it'll work because this operator already is overloaded for strings. So this is simple solution, but to avoid production of temporary string object, let's go with the longer version, and the longer version will be something like this, right? So using the compare function that does comparisons. The actual string is inside the substring. The substring contains a reference to a string, which can be used with compare. Starting at position substring dot m begin, and going at the size, for the whole size, substring dot size. But what do I compare it to? I suppose there should be a function that simply takes a pointer to a C string. The only thing that's left for me to change is make sure that since I begin to use private members here, again, I'll make this thing a friend in the header file. So another friend. Just copy and paste the function declaration and make sure it's friend. So now, after being the friend, it's supposed to be happy. Okay, so this works. Since there is also inequality test, this will be using this operator again. Operator that tests substring and C string, comparing them and making them a reverse. That should work. And then operator equals that takes C string and substring on two opposite sides should be easy to do, just like this, right? So C string versus substring is the same as substring versus string, C string, and that's already part of our program. And finally, not equal will be exactly this. So these are all non-member functions. Non-member functions representing overloaded operators. I hope you are convinced now that all operators are just functions. This is the way C++ provides function overloading, through defining functions with strange names, right? But they do take parameters and so forth. So let's make sure that we can test this and make sure that this works. So build. Okay, so line 54. I suppose line 54 should be Control Go, Control G. Line 54, sure. So this works. All right, so there's some testing. I mean, I never tested all of these operators, but I'm assuming they should work. But these are essentially the approaches to overload operators. There is a little bit more work left for operators that were proposed to be overloaded as members of the class. And those are these assignments and subscripting and greater than, less than, and plus equal, something like that. Okay. In our class here, I suppose that we pasted them someplace in our implementation. There must be somewhere they must be implemented. Let me try to search for operator equals. Notice again that I have this difficult case that my file is like crazy long and everything. Like if I go to the end of my file and look at this, it says 745, like 745 lines, and we just did pretty much everything here in the lab, right? So again, if you're consistent the way you're typing your code, I can just press Control C and try to search for this and see if I can find it. Well, yes, I found it. It's somewhere here, and you know, it's here. It doesn't do anything, but it's here. So assignment. Okay, let's create a little test case. So the case. Test case would be what? substring 3 equals by, right? Just assign brand new value to the substring. Okay, and substring, of course, refers to the original string named hello. So essentially, if substring is embracing the entire string, then the entire content will be replaced. If the substring is modified to show to look at the portion of the original string, then the portion should be modified. I am thinking what I could possibly use, but I think I already have the replace function that does something. Control home, Control F, replace, right? Replace, clear, replace something. Substring replace. Oh, it's done. I'm happy that it's done, right? It's one of those that's already implemented. So replace is a good option for me to use, and I'll just use it. So my assignment operator looks like this, right? Find it. Here it is. Let's use replace. Just say replace. Remember that the assignment operator is overloaded as member function. See, this is the ending of the class. This is the beginning of the class right at the top. And so these operators, assignment, this plus equal thing, less than and greater than, those two guys, and also subscripts are entered into the class body, so it's part of its interface, and those are member functions. So that's why I can just call replace, and I'm calling it on myself, right? It's like I have an object, I have the substring, and right here, this operator equal function is invoked for this particular substring, substring 3, right? So as soon as I'm inside this operator equal, I am effectively working with my substring.